Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Golf News Now. We've got an exciting episode for you guys today. We're breaking down all the exciting drama between the brand new LIV Golf Tour, that's the Super Saudi Golf League, and the PGA Tour. Why are players defecting to go play on this LIV Golf Tour? What is the PGA Tour doing in response? Is that response adequate? We're going to break all those questions down and much, much more. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. You don't have to like it until you watch the whole video, though. I get it. But definitely subscribe to the channel. We're going to be at the LIV Golf Tournament tomorrow. So we're going to have lots of content that you're not going to want to miss. Like I said, subscribe, and let's get into this video.
Let's get ready to rumble.
We'll never really know how long something like this took to imagine and all of that, but it doesn't materialize overnight, that's for sure. I'd think probably like 10 years to get something like the LIV Tour ready to turn key and start playing golf. Greg Norman tried to start a tour back in the day, which fizzled out, and he examined his efforts after the fact and determined he didn't have the proper financial backing. Well, he definitely has the proper financial backing now. With some trillionaires that are never going to run out of money and are definitely committed to his cause. He has taken the assumption that everybody has a price, and that assumption has worked out for him so far really well.
Show me the money! I need to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money!
There's several players on record, including Brooks Koepka during his press conference for the Portland Open this week, talking about discussions with the LIV Golf Tour all the way back to 2019. So there's absolutely no excuse that the commissioner of the PGA, Monahan, had no idea what was brewing and the possibility that this tour presented. He didn't take the threat seriously and thought he had undying loyalty from all his players, which he couldn't be more wrong about.
Help me, please.
Surprise, Sydney.
The commissioner of the PGA Tour, Monahan, had a press conference recently where he discussed the health of the PGA Tour and his ongoing battle with LIV Golf. During that press conference, he's quoted saying, "We welcome good, healthy competition, but the LIV Saudi Golf League is not that. It's an irrational threat that's not concerned with a return on investment or true growth of the game." Well, welcome to capitalism, buddy. You don't get to choose your competitor. You don't get to choose their values. You have no saying that. The best thing that you can do is create a better product, which will in turn make your competitor less likely to succeed. You can't throw shade at them. You can't fear-monger them. You can't sit there and throw your hands up and have a tantrum. That's not the way this works. Your product should be better than theirs. That's how capitalism works. We could get a economics 101 class for you, Jay, if you'd like.
It's the economy, stupid.
Something that's very clear to me in all of the events so far is that the mainstream golf media has unified a position against LIV Golf, and they say it's dangerous for the health of golf in general. I couldn't disagree more, but it's not surprising to me that mainstream golf media feels this way. I'm not sure if they're trying to virtue signal and be woke and politically correct here, or if it's them trying to maintain their business relationship with the PGA Tour. It just takes one quick conversation with Phil Mickelson to realize the consequences of talking ill of the PGA Tour.
Called fake news.
The LIV Tour isn't just a PGA Tour copycat league. They've switched up a lot of the traditional aspects of golf to try to target a more younger audience for these tournaments. They've shortened the tournament from 3 to 4 days, so from 72 holes to 54 holes. The tournament prizes have gone up astronomically. There's only 48 players in the field, so in a typical PGA style, you'd have a morning and an afternoon session. They've done away with that. All 48 players will be on the course at once, battling the same conditions. So in theory, you're going to have the best competitor win week in and week out because they're all experiencing the same conditions and won't be at a disadvantage or an advantage based on Mother Nature.
Nice to fool Mother Nature.
Another huge factor for these players to switch from PGA Tour to the LIV Golf Tour was the amount of rest these players are going to receive in between tournaments. It's not uncommon to have 5 consecutive weeks on the road when you're playing the PGA Tour, and that's rough no matter who you are. Having 2 to 3 weeks off in between tournaments to be able to recoup, see family, get in as much practice as you need before even the next tournament, and like Patrick Reed was talking yesterday, to have that want and will to just get out there and to play golf and not be staggering your effort because maybe you have a bigger tournament that you should be focusing on for next week. It's a huge gauntlet that the PGA Tour pays very little consideration to.
So fucking tired. I thought I just needed a night's sleep, but it's more than that.
The opponents of the LIV Golf League have one main attack, and that's that the league is primarily funded by the Saudi government. The Saudi government has a horrible track record on human rights. No one's going to argue about that. The only thing I will add is the U.S. has a horrible track record on human rights as well. So does China. China does a lot of business with the NBA. The NBA makes millions of dollars off ad revenue and TV packages and merchandise and you name it in China. China has concentration camps for Muslims. In my opinion, that's beyond anything that Saudi Arabia has ever done. The hypocrisy with this situation is unreal. You know, how are we calling out private citizens taking money from a Saudi-backed golf league when our own government is selling that same Saudi Arabian government billions of dollars of military hardware every year? And then we're supposed to tell our private citizens it's not okay to cooperate in the same way and do business deals within the country? I will add that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia as well, he owns like 7% of Twitter. So, you know, that's politically kind of hairy on top of everything else, but no one's going to mention any of that. Is Twitter now taking blood money and blah, blah, blah because they're publicly traded?
The irony's so thick you could choke on it.
In conclusion to everything here, the LIV Golf Tour is a fun golf tour. It's not a direct competitor to the PGA Tour. If they want to be, I don't think it's going to end well for the PGA Tour just because, you know, the commish doesn't really appear to be up to the job. He's made about every possible mistake you can in the progress of all of this playing out, and I don't think that bodes well for the PGA Tour. I don't think at the end of the day that it's going anywhere, but if I had to choose at this point, I think it would be more likely that the PGA Tour is going to disappear because it seems like every day more and more players are coming over to LIV, and you can see why. It's a fun, exciting new way to play golf. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We've got tons of new content coming out. We're going to be at LIV Portland tomorrow. Everybody take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.